Something just happened around you that you did not see with your physical eyes, but your soul registered it completely. A moment ago, perhaps while scrolling, perhaps while reading a message, perhaps while hovering over something that didn't feel entirely right, something dark passed through your digital space and was stopped before it could reach you. It didn't announce itself. It carried no visible warning label. It appeared as ordinary content, an ordinary interaction, an ordinary moment. But it was not ordinary, and something far more powerful than your own awareness intercepted it before. It could attach to your energy and alter your direction dot in the long arc of spiritual history. This class of protection is among the rarest interventions recorded in divine annals. Most souls move through their digital environments completely unguarded, absorbing energies, influences, and deceptions without any awareness that something invisible is being transferred through every interaction they engage with. The spiritual architecture governing protection of this precision requires a soul to have reached a specific frequency, one that activates what ancient texts describe as assigned guardianship. Archangel Michael does not deploy this level of targeted, real-time intervention for every soul. This quality of protection is reserved for those whose mission makes them a specific target worth intercepting for dot. Think about a recent moment where something on your screen pulled your attention, and then something inside you, quiet, almost imperceptible, made you look away, close it, or simply lose interest without a logical reason. You may have dismissed that moment as distraction or boredom. It was neither. That internal signal was a direct communication from your protective field, generated by the moral consistency you have been living, the clarity of your recent choices, the boundaries you held, the content you refused, the conversations you walked away from. Tuned your internal receiver to a frequency, makes divine warnings audible in real time. You have been operating in a monitored field for longer than you know. Dark intelligences, forces that operate through digital channels, through carefully constructed deceptions, through content designed to erode spiritual clarity, had identified your frequency as one worth targeting. You carry something they find threatening. Your level of discernment, your commitment to truth, your refusal to be easily manipulated. These qualities make you a priority target for influence operations that most people never even know exist. But simultaneously, Archangel Michael's field of protection had already been activated around your awareness, and what just attempted to reach you met that barrier and was removed. Your protection today was not randomly assigned. It was earned through a specific pattern of choices that built the spiritual infrastructure now shielding you. There was a time when you sensed dishonesty in a situation that looked entirely legitimate on the surface, and you trusted that sense even when you couldn't explain it. There was a moment when someone sent you content designed to pull you into an energy of fear or outrage, and you felt something in you refuse to be moved by it. There was a season when a seemingly good opportunity felt spiritually wrong, and you walked away despite external pressure to engage. Because of that pattern, that consistent, often silent, often unexplained commitment to protecting your own spiritual clarity, higher beings have classified your discernment as operating at an extraordinarily rare level. Archangel Michael's legion does not extend this category of real-time digital protection to souls who haven't demonstrated the capacity to honor it. You have been assessed and found to belong to a classification of souls that ancient spiritual records describe as frequency stable, meaning your internal compass does not spin under pressure, does not bend under deception, and does not collapse. When darkness presents itself wearing the appearance of something harmless or appealing dot, at the precise moment the dark influence moved across your screen today, something extraordinary occurred in the realm where Michael operates. The Archangel turned his full attention to your location, not your physical location, but your energetic coordinates in the field of divine awareness. What he witnessed was a soul whose frequency was strong enough to generate an automatic repulsion of the incoming influence, but whose human awareness needed the additional layer of angelic intervention to ensure complete removal. God observed this moment alongside him. Both witnessed not just the threat, but your soul's inherent resistance to it. A resistance built entirely from the choices you have been making. From that observation, a decree was released, specific, targeted, and permanent in its protective scope. The decree states that your digital space, your awareness, and your field of attention are now operating under an elevated tier of angelic guardianship. This is not a temporary assignment. It is a recognition that your mission requires your clarity to remain uncontaminated, and therefore the forces aligned with your protection have been authorized to operate with greater immediacy and precision around every channel through which outside influence attempts to reach you. What just left your screen was the first visible evidence of this elevated decree already in active operation around your life. You are not a casual spiritual seeker who stumbled into a moment of good fortune. You are an ancient soul who has carried the gift of discernment across multiple lifetimes. A soul who arrived in this era specifically because the digital age would require warriors capable of navigating information warfare at a spiritual level. You were trained in previous existences to recognize deception beneath beautiful surfaces, to feel the weight of darkness even when it arrives wearing light. That training did not disappear between lifetimes. It lives in your instincts, in your hesitations, in the quiet internal signals that have guided you away from harm repeatedly without you fully understanding their source. Your mission in this digital age is not simply to protect yourself. It is to model conscious, spiritually aware navigation of an information environment that is actively designed to compromise clarity. Every time you trust an internal signal and step away from something that feels wrong, you are demonstrating a form of spiritual sovereignty that the world urgently needs to witness. Every boundary you hold in your digital space is an act of mission, because you are anchoring the frequency of discernment in a field that is flooded with content engineered to dissolve it. Your awareness is not just personal protection. It is a gift being transmitted to everyone watching how you move, because this elevated level of protection has been decreed. Your material and relational environment is already beginning to reflect greater clarity and alignment. Connections that were subtly draining your energy are falling away without drama. Opportunities arriving in your digital space are beginning to carry a different quality, more aligned, more honest, more resonant with your actual path. The mental fog that can accompany prolonged exposure to misaligned content is lifting. And with that lifting comes sharper decision-making, clearer vision, and a growing sense that the right things are finding you with increasing ease. You're protected. Field is producing visible results in the tangible dimensions of your daily life. As your clarity deepens and your field remains protected, people around you will begin to feel something shift in their own awareness, simply through proximity to yours. Friends will find themselves suddenly questioning content they used to consume without thinking. Family members will feel inexplicably guided away from interactions that would have harmed them. Strangers who encounter your energy, online or in person, will feel a subtle recalibration happening in their own discernment. You won't need to explain any of this to them. Your frequency transmits automatically, and the protection that surrounds you casts a wider field than you currently realize, quietly blessing every soul that comes close enough to feel it. Across this planet right now, thousands of souls are receiving the same category of protection you just experienced. Souls who have built their discernment through consistent, integrity-driven choices, and whose missions have made them specific targets for digital and energetic interference. They are spread across every continent, every culture, every language group, and they are all moving through a shared activation sequence in which their protective fields are being strengthened simultaneously. These souls are being prepared to function as a global network of spiritually clear anchors in a world that is increasingly struggling to distinguish truth from manufactured reality. You are one essential node in that work. If something in this message resonated at a level deeper than intellectual agreement, if your body responded, if something in your chest recognized what was being described, then your soul already confirmed what your mind is still processing. Type 777 in the comments as your acknowledgement that you felt Archangel Michael's protection today, and that you choose to honor it consciously going forward. Share this with someone in your life who you sense is currently vulnerable to digital influences that don't serve them. Your share could be the intervention that shifts their awareness at exactly the right moment. Stay in this space, because what is coming next is being prepared for souls who have already proven they can receive it.